Ciao, my name is Alessandro, but you can call me Yuchi. And as you can see today, I'm a little bit busy with some cats and dogs, and I don't have a game in my hands. And the reason is that today we're gonna be talking about a game called Cat Saga. And it is a print and play. The dog just sneezed on me, by the way, but that's totally fine. It is a print and play by Rolling Rhino Games, which kindly provided a copy of it. And you're gonna be building your Catventurer, you're gonna be creating your character, and then you're gonna go through an adventure narrative story where you're gonna be trying to survive in the treacheries that these Catventurers are gonna face. It is a campaign-based game which plays over 5 sagas, and since the game comes with 10 sagas, it means that you're not gonna be seeing the complete set of material in the first playthrough. Dog interruption to tell you that I will leave you the link to the Kickstarter campaign in the description below, and that this is a prototype copy, so it is subject to change. We're gonna have a full how to play of the game, so we're gonna start with building our Catventurers, and then I'm gonna explain you some of the rules of the game, and then we're gonna see a full playthrough of the first saga, which means it's gonna contain spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled about your first saga, you can just skip that section. I'm gonna include the timestamps in the description below, but also in the chapter of this video, so you can skip to the relevant section. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more content to come. And if you'd like to support me, remember you can always tip me at Ko-fi or become a patron of the channel, or even join as a member here on YouTube. And I would immensely appreciate any of this. Now that my cats have abandoned me and the cat dog has joined, it is time to actually see how to play Cat Saga Tangled Tails. And welcome to the world of Cat Saga. So you're gonna be printing your character sheet. Today we're gonna be playing with this warrior-looking cat and this wizard-looking cat. And basically the whole campaign is comprised of multiple sagas, and today we're gonna be playing through Saga 1. Now obviously, as I said before, this will contain spoilers because we're gonna be playing basically through the first chapter of the game. But before doing that, we're gonna be learning how to play the game. The first thing to do is creating your Catventurers and get them geared up, get them a personality, history, and some other traits. Now, if you're playing solo, you will have to be controlling 2 Catventurers, so that is a requirement. You have to be playing 2-handed solo, but this game can play up to 4 players. If you are playing with 2 cats, basically, each cat will gain a personality and a history, and you will gain also a catalog together with the game of all the possible personality, histories, items, and so on. The first step through creating your cat is giving your cat a name. We're gonna add Nebula here. Oh, I obviously am not able to use these kind of pencils, though I think they're very... Okay, Nebula. Maybe at least for the names I can use a marker so that you can see it a little bit better. The rest will have to be done in pencil because sometimes you will have to erase stuff. And I'm gonna move these away to be able to write here. And we're gonna also have Baby, because they look like my cats and these are apparently the names of my cats. So I'm just gonna give them my cats' names. Also, in case you're curious, there's 2 more cats available, like an archer, and we also have, what is this, musketeer? Something like that. But today we're gonna be playing with the, with the warrior and the wizard. I really want the wizard, so I thought maybe with the wizard, the warrior makes the most sense. I don't know, that's just how my brain works. Then you're gonna be taking a personality for your cats. You're gonna have a full catalog of personalities. There's gonna be a whole page for now. Some of them are still locked as stretch goals, and I have decided to have Baby be confident. So as you can see, he's gonna radiate self-assurance, striding through lives with unwavering belief in your abilities, in their abilities, turning all challenges into personal triumphs. They're gonna have an ability increase of charisma and strength, and as a trait, they're gonna, for any try or fight, they can choose to roll 1 die less, and if the try is successful, they can add +2 to the next try. Now, We're gonna see what all of this means one thing at a time. But for now, let's record these stats on our player sheet. So it's gonna be confident. I decided to try with another pencil because I feel like otherwise you're not able to see anything. And I will also write the trait in the same box. So that is done, and now we're gonna gain the ability points. So confident will grant us an ability point in charisma and strength. And these are the 6 skills that each cat will have for some of the tests that are gonna happen during the saga. So whenever you gain an ability increase, you're basically gonna be marking the box next to that ability. So since we have charisma, we're gonna mark a box around charisma here. And then we also have strength, so we're gonna mark a box around strength. And there we go, we have 2 ability points. For Nebula, I have decided to be talented. So Nebula is gonna be exceptionally skilled and gifted. They possess a natural aptitude for various pursuits they undertake. They're gonna choose any 2 ability increase, so they can totally choose which ability to increase. And as a trait, they're gonna, when they do any try with an ability they have no ability points for, they're gonna add +1 to the result. Each level up, gain a mastery of your choice starting from level 2. So Nebula is going to be talented. Sorry, I'm gonna be like, keep switching pencils, pens, things according to, I think the personality is permanent, so I don't think you're gonna be changing that at any point. So for now, I'm gonna mark it in pen. We're gonna see one saga anyways, so I want you to be able to see as much as possible. So for now, it's gonna be in pen, at least the personality. We've added the trait to Nebula, and now for the 2 ability points, we have decided to go for cunning and precision. So I'm going to mark cunning. I'm going to differentiate the 2 cats a little bit, you know, just trying to make them a little bit different. Cunning and precision here. And this is the first step of the cat creation, the Catventurer creation, which is basically having the personality. Now we're also gonna pick a history for each of the cats. You will also have a catalog with a lot of histories here, and histories not only gain you ability increases and masteries sometimes, and masteries we're gonna see are very relevant for the type of weapons or spells you can cast, but they will also gain you items and garbs, which are the type of equipment a cat can have, obviously. So our baby, our warrior, will belong to the Vanguard Saga. A history of hard-fought battles has honed your skills of a protector. They're gonna have an ability increase of strength and agility, and they're gonna have a mastery in strength weapons. Now, they're gonna be able to choose between the heavy armor or the spike boots. They're gonna be able to choose between the great axe or scimitar. As items, they're gonna be able to get the whetstone and a rope. But let's take in one thing at a time. Let's start by granting a strength and an agility. So agility is here, and then we're gonna gain our second point of strength here, which is number 6. Then we're gonna highlight our mastery, which is going to be for the strength weapons, because we're gonna be using strength. It's very thematic. And now let's look at the items. The first type of item we're gonna be getting is a garb. Now, we have 4 different types of garbs in this game. We have head garbs, body garb, paw garb, or versatile garb. And versatile garb can be used as any of the other 3 types of garbs. Whenever you equip a garb for one of your cats, this is going to be the slot for the head garb, body garb, or the paw garb. And as I said, versatile garb can go in each of the 3 slots independently. You will be able to gain more garb and store it in any of the other item slots if you want to, but you're not gonna be able to use it until you actually equip it and so switch one of the garbs that you already have with one of the items. So if all the slots are full, or for example, you're gaining your second body garb, you need to choose between which one you wanna equip and which one you wanna store in your items. So for baby, I had to choose between the heavy armor or the spiked boots, which is really the spiked greaves. As I said, this is a prototype, so some things are subject to change, but we are going to be choosing the spiked greaves, which are paw garbs. And in fact, you can find it here under the spiked greaves under the paw garbs. So we're gonna have heavy greaves adorned with menacing spikes along the sides, offer a deadly weapon in case of an emergency. This, as I said, it's a paw garb. It can be used an infinite amount of times. Item can be of different type of uses. Either consumables that can be only be used once and then they are discarded and erased from the item sheet. They can be rest type of garbs, which can be used once per saga, or they can be infinite type of garbs, which can always be used and they're always active, but still only once per try or fight, which is the type of skill checks you're gonna be doing in this game. So let's equip the spiked greaves for baby in the paw garb section. So as you can see, whenever you gain an item and you equip it, you just write the name of it, you just write how many times it can be used, and then you just write the ability here in the slot. Now, this means that this is going to be equipped, so baby will be able to use it. Otherwise, it could have gone in any other of the item slots, which are these brown ones, but it wouldn't be active because this is a type of item that is a garb. So to be active, it needs to be in the garb slots. For the weapon choice, I decided to go for the great axe. Now, weapons are normal type of items, so they're not garbs, so they can go in normal item slots. This is a massive axe with a double-bladed edge and a towering, imposing presence, wielded by strong and skilled warriors. It is a strength weapon, can be used infinite amount of times, and as an effect, when you're fighting, you can reroll one die. A full house adds +3. Now, since this is a strength weapon, it can only be used if the cat ever gains the strength mastery. And we are starting with a cat that already has the strength mastery. We have acquired it with our history, so we're lucky, we can use the great axe. But in general, weapons and spells are always gonna be tied to a mastery. If your Catventurer does not have the mastery linked to it, it cannot be used by that cat. Now, we have equipped the weapon to our baby, but what does the ability do? Well, as you might have understood, in this kind of game, you're gonna be doing checks by rolling dice, and when you're rolling dice, you might have some combinations, so pairs, three of a kind, full house, straight, and so on. And this could trigger extra abilities, so if while you're fighting, you're basically gaining a full house, which is a three of a kind plus a pair, then this means you're gonna be able to add +3. We're gonna see what that means, but for now, this is all you need to know. Now, baby will also get the rope, a robust yet lightweight rope, aiding adventurers in scaling cliffs, crafting or swinging across chasms. It's an object, it is a consumable, it can only be used once, and when you're doing a physical try, which means using one of your physical abilities, you can increase one dice by 1, and then you can reroll up to 3 dice. Abilities are divided in 2 types, which are Charisma, Intellect, and Cunning will be mental abilities, while Precision, Agility, and Strength will be physical abilities. So you're gonna be able to use the rope whenever you're taking a try in Precision, Agility, or Strength. So we have gained the rope for baby, and now we're gonna have to gain the whetstone. Is this whetstone? I don't know. It's an essential tool for maintaining the sharpest edges of weaponry. It is an object, a consumable, so only one use, and used before rolling for a fight. During the fight, re-roll every 1, 2, and 3 repeatedly. And this is a very powerful item because during fights you will be using physical abilities which want 4, 5, and 6s, and this is gonna allow you to reroll every 1, 2, and 3 repeatedly, so any dice that will not help you succeed during the fight. Now it is time to go back to Nebula and see her history. Nebula, our mage cat, is obviously going to be part of the Mageborn saga. History of unique talent or curse. Luckily, you have learned to embrace the powerful magic that flows through you. They're gonna have an ability increase of cunning and precision, and they're gonna have a mastery in arcane spells. They're gonna be choosing between the pointy hat and the robe, choose between illusion or shadow claw, and then they're gonna have a transmute and a potion of fireball. Let's start with the ability increase and masteries. So they're gonna have an extra cunning, so now they have a 2 cunning, and they're gonna have an extra precision, so they're gonna also have 2 precision. So they're gonna be trying to be heavily skilled in a couple of things and then less skilled at the others. They're also gonna have a mastery in arcane spells here, so that's great for using spells. I have chosen between the pointy hat and the robe to give them the robe. A flowing robe of richly dyed fabric, its opulent folds draping elegantly around the wearer, exuding an aura of regality. It's a body garb, it can be used any amount of times, and while doing an intellect try, you can reroll any number of dice. And Nebula has immediately equipped the robe in their body garb slot, because it's a great garb. We wanna go wandering around with a robe, okay? We just like that. They're also gonna be learning a spell. Just like for weapons, while weapons require you to have a specific mastery for type of weapons, spells will require you to have a specific type of mastery for spells. So ideally, since we have the arcane mastery with Nebula, we want an arcane spell. And I have chosen to give the illusion spell that can bend perception to deceive the senses. It is an arcane spell. It can be used once per rest, which means once per saga. That's what that ZZ means. And then as an effect, whenever you're doing charisma try, you can reroll 1 die. If it's a 4 or lower, you may reduce 3 other dice by 1. And the illusion spell will go in any other of the item slots, because it is not a garb. Transmute is another arcane spell that can alter the properties of material to transform objects completely. It is an arcane spell, can be used once per saga, and for any try you can transform an object into another object you own. Then use that item as part of your try. If the item is transmuted into a consumable item, it is removed after using it, otherwise the item is turned back into its original form after the try. And just like all spells, it will go in one of the object slots. And then we're also going to gain the potion of fireball. Now the potion is a small bottle filled with a glowing liquid containing a single potent spell. It is an object, it's a consumable that is gonna allow you to hold 1 spell, and this spell can be performed once by anyone. So you don't need to have the mastery for it, you can just use the spell by drinking the potion. So basically you're going to gain a consumable of a spell, which is Fireball, which allows you to blast a sphere of blazing flames. You just look at the effect. While you're fighting, you can reroll all the dice and add them together. If the sum is 13 to 20, add +2. If the sum is 21 or higher, add +3, but also heal 1 HP damage to all Catventurers. And we have gained our potion of Fireball. As you see, I wrote the effect of the Fireball potion here, and unlike the spell of Fireball, you can only use this once and then you have to erase it from your inventory. And we should also write the histories of our cats here in the history. So for Nebula, it is going to be Mageborn. And for Baby, it is going to be Vanguard. Vanguard is our Vanguard. Okay. So now we're all set with our cat creation, and now we can chat more about some of the rules and how the game is gonna flow. So we're gonna start by reading the introduction of the saga, and then each entry of the saga will tell you to which number of saga you're gonna have to turn to. And each saga will have a number of different possible entries. And the saga is this page plus the back page. So you're gonna have a lot of narrative adventure to explore. In some of the entries of this narrative adventure, you're gonna be finding some keywords. One of the keywords can be plot. Whenever you're plotting, you're basically kind of recording the history of your cat. So if the saga tells you plot, then you will record the number of that entry in one of these slots down here of your Catventurer player sheet. And this is basically something the game is gonna remember and it's gonna check at a later time. Sometimes you will have to make choices. If the Saga tells you choose to go to entry 20 or entry 57, you're gonna choose between these two entries. That's very simple. And sometimes you're gonna do tries and fights. Now, try and fight are very similar in a sense that you're gonna be doing a skill check of some sort. And you always do skill checks with these 5 dice that, by the way, they're not included in the game. And you're gonna be rolling 5 dice. If it is a try of intellect, you're gonna be looking for 2s. If it is a try of agility, you're gonna be looking for 5s. And that is going to be the result of your try. So for example, if I'm doing an agility try with baby, I'm gonna be rolling these dice. So now, as you can see, we have rolled 2 5s and we are doing a try of agility. So in this case, our result will be 2 plus any ability points baby already has. So the result for this try would be 1, 2, and 3 because baby has 1 agility point. And the result for this try would be 3. And every time you do a try, the Saga will tell you the number of successes you need, and it's also gonna tell you what happens in case of success or what happens in case of failure. And this is where you're gonna be wanting to use your weapons, your objects, or your garbs to reroll or try to get a better result. While try always will point at a specific ability, whenever you do a fight, it is a very similar concept. You're still gonna be rolling the 5 dice and doing the same exact thing, but you can choose any of the 3 physical abilities that you will have. So each cat will choose between precision, agility, or strength. And whenever there's a try in the Saga or a fight in the Saga, you're gonna be choosing which cat can actually perform that. So you're gonna be choosing one cat to perform the test. Now, sometimes in the Saga it may happen that your cat will split, so they're gonna be taking branching paths, but in that case, then you will only have one cat available to actually do the test, or your choice is gonna be limited, but that's an edge case that I just wanna mention. So sometimes the game is gonna instruct you to take a hit. Whenever you take a hit, you're gonna choose one of the points that you have already gained in the past. So in this case, we have a 4 for baby and 4 for Nebula, and you're gonna cross it. And if you take a hit, you're gonna choose 1 ability point for each of the Catventurers. So you're gonna mark 1 ability point on baby and 1 ability point on Nebula. While doing so, this is not gonna nullify the ability point, but it's just gonna be a mark that is gonna tell you that whenever you are taking a test in that specific ability, they are going to be able to reroll that amount of dice equal to this amount of crossed off points, ability points, which are called resilient points. So this ability point becomes a resilient point, which additionally to being a skill ability point that the cat will use to add to their precision skill tests, they're also gonna be able to reroll once during their precision tests. And whenever a cat heals, they're just gonna remove the resilient point and transforming it back into a normal ability point. And that's basically how taking hits works in this game. Now, if at any point any of your Catventurers is gonna go down to 0 ability points left because they're all being transformed into resilient points, so if they lose their normal ability points, their last ability points, you're gonna go to a special entry in the Saga that is going to be the 0 HP entry, which is probably something you wanna avoid. Now, there is an opportunity for a cat to help another cat. So if baby is taking a test, then Nebula can decide to help baby by using one of their helping possibilities here. Each cat will have the possibility to help another cat only once, but if you're playing with only 2 cats, you're actually gonna be able to help each other twice. And when a cat is assisting or helping another cat, the only thing they're gonna grant them is either the possibility of rerolling any of the roll dice once, or being able to use one of their items from the inventory. So if baby is being helped by Nebula in this try, and again we're doing the agility, maybe they wanna reroll all of these dice and they can, or they can use any of the items in Nebula's inventory for their ability try. And basically this is all you need to know and how the game works. Now, At the end of one of the saga, you will be able to go to the next saga and you're gonna be able to level up your cat, gaining more items, gaining more loot, going to the market. You might be gaining some specialties which are gonna be improving your cat more and more. You might be getting a second history, so not only one history but a second history that will grant you more items, more garbs, more spells, more weapons, more masteries. But basically now we know everything we need to know to jump into our first saga and start to play Cat Saga number 1. Baby and Nebula, I hope you're ready. Now that we've seen all the rules of the game, it is time to jump into our first saga full playthrough. So let's see if our catventurers, Baby and Nebula, which are my other 2 cats, not this one, are gonna make it through. Our first saga is going to be Scratchwood Stagger. As the first rays of dawn pierce through the canopy, a group of travelers passes through the dense Scratchwood forest. Towering trees loom ominously overhead, their gnarled branches intertwining like long fingers reaching out to snatch unwary travelers. The travelers are a group of merchants making their way to Leafstone accompanied by you. Each of you carries a distinct air of mystery. However, as you travel together, you have time to get acquainted and share some tales. Go to number 1. Number 1. Tell the other group members about your cat. Share your habits, characteristics, and backstory, and then go to number 2. Now, this is part of the role-playing, so in this game you can also role-play and share the background, the backstory of your cat, depending on the habits, depending on the history, the personality, and so on. I've already explained all of this to you, I've already read it to you, so we can just skip to entry number 2. The group of merchants is led by Darius, the trade master, a big and hairy tradesman with a friendly smile. We truly appreciate your presence as our protectors on this road, especially through this part of our journey, the Scratchwood Forest, a place teeming with strange tales. Rumor has it that many travelers disappear from this forest. Hopefully, with your presence, we will be safe. Go to 26. After a few hours, there no longer appears to be a clear path to follow and the forest gets even denser and harder to navigate. To stay on track, make a cunning try to success, go number 12, failure, go to 22. Now, Nebula is pretty good at cunning, so let's do this cunning try with Nebula. Because we already succeeded, we already have a 2, but let's see how much we can push it. So we have a 2 plus absolutely 0. We have no 3s whatsoever, but we still succeed because it was a cunning of 2. So success, number 12. Back on track, you pick up the pace again. After some time, you come across high trees with black flowers underneath them. Choose, inspect the flowers, 19, or keep growing, 31. I, of course, will inspect the flowers. Also because number 19 is some sort of my lucky number somehow. The black flowers are beautiful, but they have thorns on all sides. Make a precision try of 4 to grab them. Success number 3, failure 29. Now, our Nebula is also very good at precision. I hope it's gonna be better at rolling. This would have granted us the success, unfortunately, but we're looking for 4s. We are looking for 4s. Oh, we got 2 4s. And we have 2 points already, so we succeeded at this test. So now we go to number 3. You recognize these magical black roses and manage to grab them safely. Get 1 black rose, item number 122, and then go to 31. The black rose is a rare and delicate flower with petals as dark as midnight. Legends say it only blooms where tragedy has struck. It's an object, is a consumable, and any try, reroll 3 dice, then reroll 2, then reroll 1 dice. Whenever you get an item, you can assign it to any of the Catventurers, so I decided to give it to Baby. And now let's go to entry number 31. Evening falls and you set up camp. You only rest for a few hours and you march on before sunrise. Go to 5. Further down the path, you suddenly hear loud noises. A fight. You get closer and recognize screaming and mental cluttering. From the bushes, you spot a carriage. A battle seems to take place. The carriage is under attack from all sides by vines and branches coming from the trees. You tell Darius and the other merchants to step back. Choose. Stealthily get closer, 28, or charging to battle, 15. Now, I think the stealthy thing is gonna require agility and the other is gonna maybe require strength. So I'm gonna charge into battle and go to number 15 because our baby is very strong. One living tree lumbers forwards to grasp you with its branches. The plants grasp at the carriage while you all furiously fight against them. Fight the vines, 3, success 11, failure 21. So as a reminder, when you're fighting, you're gonna choose one of your Catventurers, which is gonna be baby. You're gonna choose one of the physical abilities, which is gonna be strength in this case, and then you're gonna roll the dice. We need 1 6, and we have a 2 6, so we are successful. Amazing. And we go to 11. You take the tree down heroically. Soon, a calmness comes over the forest as the vines lead her back to the tree line. Go to 4. Choose inspect the carriage 13 or inspect the area 20. I want to look at the area, so I go to 20. A rough battle has taken place here right before you came by. Make an intellect try 3, success 16, failure 18. Now we're very bad at intellect, but somebody has an item. Haha! Intellect try, reroll any number of dice with the robe. So we're gonna use Nebula for that. We have a 0 intellect, so... And we have 0 2s. Might be our first failure. Let's reroll all of them. Let's see. One shy. Can we do something about this? Can we do something about this? This is charisma try. This is any try. Transform one object into another object. No, I don't want to do that. Or this is for a fight. So I don't think I can do anything unless we want to assist. I mean, let's do it. Let's let baby help Nebula with rerolling all of these. These are gonna be... We need 1 2. We didn't get it. We did not get it. Now, I could help again, but I feel like let's just look at the failure, right? 18. Hard to tell what has happened here. It's overall quite a mess, with mostly damaged parts from guards and trees. Go to 13 to inspect the carriage. If you have already done so, go to 7. We're gonna go to 13 then. The carriage is badly damaged from the attack. The horses who were pulling the carriage seem to have run off. Inside the carriage, you find a small ornate chest. As you open the chest, you see a beautiful shining gem inside of it. This is never a good sign. Get 1 greenstone, a number 40. The greenstone is a bright shining gemstone that's unlike anything you've seen before. You can use it indefinitely. Oh, that's great. Any try, you may reroll any number of dice once. Well, that would have been amazing. I guess we're gonna get the greenstone. Let's give it to Nebula, right? Greenstone. So Nebula got the greenstone because I decided that Nebula is needing some rerolls. Now we go to 20 to inspect the area, but if you're already done so, which we did, we go to number 7. We return to Darius and the other merchants. They are incredibly grateful for your protection. When you show the stone, Darius goes pale. That is a very important artifact. I mean, I agree. And he goes on to tell you more about it. Plot point. Go to 23. So now, since we have a plot, everybody's gonna write the number 7 on their player sheet here. So everybody has a plot of 7, which is probably gonna change how the game is gonna go. Darius tells you about the conflict of Leafstone. About 5 years ago, the king raised taxes to build a new chapel. They always raise taxes. The poor people of Leafstone were unable to pay for the high taxes. Supported by the guilds of Leafstone, a violent rebellion broke out. The rebellion waged a war against their king. Up until this very day, the king and nobility hide in their castle while the rebellion doesn't have the forces to conquer it. It's a stalemate. And while battles still occur, the people of Leafstone have moved on. The gem you have found wields great magical power which would greatly benefit whoever carries it. You should consider handing it over to the king, or to the rebellion. It's so powerful and dangerous to hold on to. I don't want to get rid of it, but it's nice to see that not even cats can escape taxes. Let's go to 32, shall we? Which means we're gonna flip our page. Flip, flip, flip. Oh, there's the greenstone and the castle and a camp? A camp. 32. After finding your way out of the forest, you see the village of Leafstone ahead of you. Darius stops. We are going to sell our goods in the market square. I think you should consider visiting the king's castle up north or the rebel camp down south. Thank you for your support through the Scratchwood. You should definitely come by our market stall later, which we will do probably at the end of the saga to buy some more loot. Choose. Bring the gem to the castle up north or to the rebel camp down south. I will definitely go south. 44. I'm one of the people. I'm a Robin Hood. Nestled just outside Leapstone and close to the Marang River, the rebel camp blends seamlessly with its natural surroundings. Tents and makeshift shelters dot the clearing with red flags rising from each of them. Plot point. Let's plot 44. Because we decided to help the rebels. What is the rebels? The rebels. To reach the rebel camp, you must traverse the wild Marang River. Go to 24. Do we need to be agile for this? I hope we don't. I mean, baby is a little bit agile. Babies. Make a strength try 3, success 51, failure 38. Baby, that's our time to shine. You have 2 strength already. This rolled out. Whenever they roll out, it was a 3, by the way. But whenever they roll out, it doesn't count, okay? And this was not a 6. I don't know what it was, but it was a 3, I think. Okay, we're failing. This is before rolling for a fight. Any try, reroll 3 dice, then 2. These are all very powerful. I think I'm just gonna use one of Assist from Nebula to reroll all of the dice. We gotta get a 6. Come on, we gotta get a 6. We got a 6. We succeeded. Would you look at that? Success 51. It wasn't easy, but you reach your destination. A guard awaits you outside. You must get past the guard. Choose. Tell the truth about carrying the gem 43. Lie about your reasons to be here 27. Or distract the guard and slip past him 30. I want to use cunning, so I'm gonna lie. I hope it's gonna be cunning. So we go to 27. You come up with the best excuse you can think of to get in. Make a charisma try for... Success 17, failure 33. Now, this wasn't cunning, it wasn't... I thought it was cunning. Why is it charisma? Baby's gonna make the charisma try because he has a 1 already. So... Okay. We are at 2 out of 4. I think it's time to use our black rose. Any try, reroll 3 dice, then 2, then 1. So let's do that, shall we? Let's reroll 3 dice. I think I'm gonna keep the 2. You never know. Okay, let's reroll 3 dice. These rolled out, so it doesn't count. It keeps rolling out. I need to be more careful with this. Okay, didn't work. It didn't work. Let's reroll 2 now. Okay. And now we need to reroll 1. Okay. Now, I'm gonna use Nebula's assist, last assist, help, to reroll all of these dice here. And we still don't get it. So this is an official failure. And we actually used our consumable black rose, so I'm gonna remove it from the object sheet. Imagine wasting a black rose like that. Failure 33. The guard is onto you fast. Get out of here, stranger. Perhaps you don't know who you're messing with. Quickly you get away. Your only option now is to visit the other faction that's interested in the artifact. If you have a 44 marked, erase it and write down a 36. So now we're going to the castle, aren't we? We're going to the castle. We're going to the castle. I didn't want to help the aristocrats or aristocats or I don't know. And now we go to 6. It's a long travel to the other stronghold and the sun sets as you arrive. When you see 2 guards changing position, you quickly sneak past them. Go to 42. I should have not lied. This is a life lesson. Now you make way to speak to the highest in common to deliver the green gem. If you have 36 marked, go to 35. If you have a 44 marked, go to 37. We have 36 now, so we go to 35. Grand halls with the tapestries depicting the royal family adorn the walls of Leafstone Castle as your footsteps echo through the long hallway. Go to 39. The king locks eyes with you as you enter the throne room, an elegant figure exuding an air of regality and refinement. Their furs, sleek and meticulously groomed and draped in blue, robes with the golden trim that reflect their royal status. Go to 45. If you've watched my series about Island Something Shiny, you know that getting into a castle is never a good idea. 45. It's clear that your visit is unexpected. Before telling your story and showing the artifact, you try to show your respect. Make a cunning try of 3, success 48, failure 10. Now we have cunning. Nebula, please, go ahead. We only need 1 3. We have 1500 threes, we succeed. 48. You explain what you have encountered and why you came here. When you reveal the artifact, everyone in the room is stunned. Until finally the superior speaks. This is a great gift. We greatly appreciate your contribution towards our goal. The only thing that's needed now is to decipher the gem's engravings. As the markings on the gem are pointed out to you, it seems like you are expected to make something of them. Make an intellect try of 4, success 41, failure 34. We have no intellect whatsoever, but we are a little bit dumb. But we had many retries with Nebula, so Nebula's gonna do this. We get 1. Now we can use Robe. Intellect try, reroll any number of dice. We have 2. Now we have the Greenstone. Any try, reroll any number of dice once. Oopsie. Baby, you need to assist us. Please, help us. And we are still a failure to ourselves. I cannot use anything anymore. I could transmute, but I'm not gonna do that. Charisma try, fight, we fail. Obviously, we fail at the important ones always. We go to 34. When you try to decipher the symbols and push on the symbols, the gem suddenly opens and black magical sphere appears. Black magical sphere is never a good sign. The black sphere grows bigger and bigger and suddenly swipes at you with a crackling magical energy. Plot point. So we need to record our failures, don't we? 34. Ay. Fight the black magical sphere. 4. Success 53, failure 40. Baby doesn't like black magical spheres, so he's gonna fight them. Way 2 6s, and we have 2 6s here, so we succeed. Obviously, we're gonna use strength, by the way, I didn't say it, but 53. With all your power, you manage to resist the black magic and push it back into the green gem. Go to 14. Quickly, you hand it over. This item is indeed very dangerous and you cannot decipher it right now. Go to 49. As the green gem is taken away, you can tell a sense of excitement spreads among everyone present. Go to 54. You have completed this saga. Now is the time to visit Darius' market stall. If you have 36 marked, we do. Go to 50. If you have 44, go to 46. So we're gonna go to 50. Market, potion of heal. Short sword, cavalier hat, scroll of silver tongue, whetstone, robe, compass. Rest, level up, and go to Saga 3. Now, whenever you have a market entry, you're gonna only be allowed to choose one of the items and take it. I don't think we need a potion of heal. The short sword, it's probably gonna need some mastery, but the hat might be interesting. We already have the robe, we already have the whetstone. I think I'm gonna take the cavalier hat. I don't know what it is, I just like surprises. It's a head garb, obviously, a plumed cavalier hat crafted from supple leather, embodying the dashing spirit of the adventurer and adding an aristocratic flair. Use it as many times as you want. Cunning try, reroll any number of dice. Well, I feel Nebula is very good at cunning, so she's gonna take it because for now we haven't split. Because if we split, then it might be a problem that baby is so weak at cunning. But I think Nebula can take care of the cunning for now. And there we go, switch the wizard hat with a cavalier hat for some reason. Now, whenever it tells us to rest, it means that we regain all health points and unmarked traits or items that can be used only once per saga. But we actually didn't use any of them, so for now we're good. And we didn't lose any health, so we didn't take any hits, so we don't need to clear any resilience points. The only thing we need to do is probably like gain back our helping thingies here. So I'm just gonna clear these out. Ready for our next saga. Okay, that's something. Now, when you're leveling up, you're gonna have a little level up table that is gonna tell you what you're gonna gain for your next saga. When you reach level 2, each cat is going to gain a specialty, which can be similar to a history, so it's gonna gain you some ability points, some items, and it represents the profession or the role in which the cat is trained. And then if you're playing with only 2 cats, you're also gonna be gaining an extra benefit. So in this case, it's gonna be an item, a consumable item, and you can gain another consumable item of all the consumable items available in your history or in your specialty. As you can see, there is many specialties that you can choose among. For example, let's look at the wizard, because it's probably what I would want for my Nebula. With the capabilities to shape reality itself, wizards are known for superior intellect and knowledge of magic. Spell scribe. Once per saga, you may swap up to 2 used spells with spells from your spellbook. Ability increase intellect. Mastery is going to be on all 3 types of spells, and you're gonna gain as items Transmute, Shadowclaw, Weatherbrand or Prisma Bolt, one choice among these 4. Then you're gonna choose among Silver Tongue, Thorn Needle, Fireball and Mind Maps, and then you're gonna gain the spellbook. So as you can see, there's a lot of customization in the type of characters. You're really building up your cat to what you want your cat to become. Your Catventurer can be highly skilled with something or be very versatile. You choose. But yes, this is basically Cat Saga. This is everything you need to know about this game. We played through the first chapter, but there's gonna be more to come, and you can check out all the details in the Kickstarter page that, again, it is in the description of this video. So we have reached the end of the first saga, and as you have seen, now we could add a specialty to our Catventurers and give them more abilities, traits and so on. But I will leave the rest of the game to discover on your own. Remember to check out the Kickstarter campaign in the description below if you want to know how the game actually develops, how the story unfolds. And remember that you can always leave a like to this video, subscribe to my channel for more content. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon. Ciao ciao! Yeah, he wants to say bye too, you know.